Welcome to the U World Order Showcase Program, the platform dedicated to highlighting visionary entrepreneurs and coaches who are shaping the U World economy. Each week, we're celebrating the power of the individual and coming together to uplift and empower one another to reach new heights of growth and prosperity as we showcase a coach, company, or entrepreneur stepping out to be the change they want to see in the world. With our collective efforts, we're creating a world where every person has the tools to realize their full potential and thrive like never before. Join us today as we chat with this week's guest to learn how they got started, what they're doing, and how they're making a difference in shaping the U World Order.
Welcome to the New World Order. The U
I love
World
it.
Order.
Love the name. The name is awesome.
Yeah, I heard it for the first time with a networking group that I was involved with.
Mm-hmm.
And it just was like, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Individuals coming together and providing solutions for each other on a one-on-one or a small group basis.
I agree
And
100%. Yep.
with that in mind, I know that you are doing the Virtual Closing Academy now. You've
Mhm.
done other programs in the past, and this whole Virtual Closing Academy thing has just kind of inspired me really to start this podcast, but also to just let people know all of the opportunity that exists out there. Everybody has a unique gift that they can use to solve problems, but it's just knowing how to go about getting your message out. And so
Right.
this is kind of an opportunity for people to do that.
Sure.
So why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about how you got started, who you are, what you're up to?
Sure. So I got started selling when I was 15 years old. I was telemarketing cell phones over the phone, and I had no idea what I was doing. The person told me to read a piece of paper to a whole bunch of people, and every time when they got to the end and they said yes, I'd get $25, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. Had no fear of the phone ever. I've never really experienced that whatsoever. I got pretty good at it, I guess. I got recruited into the stock business when I was 18, had my Series 7 and 63 right after my 18th birthday, spent about 7 years there. Then in 2007, after a small stint in the mortgage and car business, I started my consulting company and publishing company, and we're still in business today. And we just, like Jill was saying, we just launched the Virtual Closing Academy and Appointment Setter Coaching, and we're teaching people how to do that. So that's what we're up to.
So what do you think people need to learn how to do closing, how to use the skills that you teach? What do you think is the most important part of that?
Well, the most important part of it is actually doing it. So I mean, we can get that out of the way because that's not really like, I guess it's a skill, but like if you want to learn like tactical stuff, it's just basic human communication. You know, basic human communication and basic human psychology is what you need to know in order to get people to do what you want them to do. But the problem that I have most of the time, and this is across all industries that I've ever worked in, is that getting people to actually get on the phone and do it is the biggest hump that I have to overcome. Once I get there, it's actually extremely easy to take anybody and turn them into a pretty good salesperson. They're not going to be great, most people, but if they're average and they're closing 30% of the people they talk to, 40%, then they're still making a lot of money. You know, if they're great and they're 60, 70% closers, then they're absolutely killing it. So again, it's just about getting on the phone and actually doing it, and just basically having basic communication, like conversations with people, and talking them through where they are now, where they want to be. And if your program can help them get there, then you just put them into it and enroll them into the program. It's kind of that simple.
So where do you think the future of the economy is going in terms of what's happening with the world?
I think it's terrible. I think, you know, a lot of people are talking about AI and automation, about like how they're the greatest thing ever. I think that they're terrible. I think that I'm one of the few, I guess in my industry anyway, that think social media is terrible. I think YouTube is terrible. I think it's all terrible. With that said, though, I think that as the society that we live in, we have to use that because it's just part of our life now. We can't really fight it. We kind of just have to, because if we don't use it, it's just going to run us over. So we have to get involved in some way, shape, or form. But I always say, be a producer, not a consumer in those areas. So when you talk about like what we're doing, what you're doing here on this podcast, you have to at some point just come to the realization that if you don't take control of your income, you're going to lose it, because you can be replaced. Like it used to be like, I'm irreplaceable because no human can do what I can do. Well, a machine can now, and they'll be better than you. So that machine is going to take your spot. And if the machine doesn't take your spot, well, then someone in another part of the world is going to take your spot that can do the same exact job as you for a tenth of the price, with no health insurance, no time off, like none of that stuff. So, it's a terrible place to be, but there's also a massive amount of opportunity if you're willing to go out there and just jump on it and do it.
So why do you love what you do?
That's an interesting question, because I don't.
Okay, at least that's honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like
why don't you love it?
Well, because here's the thing, because I think that I see a lot of people. And my one of my parents is one of them, my stepfather. He's a police officer. That has been my dream job since I was like a 5-year-old kid. And I was watching Cops. For some reason, my mom let me do that. But I was watching Cops at like 11 o'clock at night when I was 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Always what I want to do. But I can't. I have terrible eyes. My eyesight is terrible. So I failed all the police tests. I went all over the country, tried to do it. I can't do it. So like, it's not that I hate what I do. It's just I would rather be doing something else. And, financially, I do pretty well. I support my family. I do well. I would give up everything I have to do that job for like a day, and I would love it. It would be the greatest thing ever. So it's not that I hate it, but it's just I would be more happy doing something else. I believe that if you can mix up happiness and don't be happy and be broke. That's stupid, because you're gonna be miserable at home. But if you can find something that you like, that you don't hate, that you can also make a little bit of money with, that's a good thing. And that's why I'm so attracted to the high ticket area, because in that business, you can literally work in any industry that you want to work in. There's so many different opportunities there. So you can find something that you like, and have conversations with people that also like that thing. And it's a pleasant conversation to have. So that's a long way to put it, but I don't necessarily love I don't hate it, but I don't love what I do either. I do it because I'm good at it. I do it because I think that I hope that I help people. And I think that those people that I help can then help a lot of other people as well, while they're closing deals and, helping those people and those people's family as well. So the impact is big, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think that really goes to what I'm trying to do here in terms of having an impact, working in an area where you really can help a large number of people, and it's scalable, but it's still intimate. It's not like going to Walmart where you're just going to pick something off the shelf that who knows what it was made with, or how it was made, or the conditions that those people worked in to produce it. Instead, it's more of a boutique world where we're knowing where our stuff comes from and who's producing it, and we're being involved in it on a personal level.
Right.
So what's the one thing that you would want to share with people about what you're doing?
Well, I think, again, it's what I said before, right? So it's regardless of if you do what I do or whatever it is, you have to just come to the realization that the way that we were taught, like me and you, and probably a lot of people listening to this, as we were growing up, go to high school, get good grades, go to college, get good grades, get a job, retire at 40 years, and then die. That doesn't work anymore. And you have to just come to that realization. You can keep fighting it. You can keep trying, but you're going to get seriously hurt if you do financially, right? You're going to get seriously hurt financially if you do. So you have to just come to that realization. The quicker that you do, the better off you're going to be, because you're going to have a head start. It's not here right now, but within the next 3 to 5 years, the economy's, and everyone, it's not just me, like everyone's saying the same thing. It's just nobody's really listening, Elon Musk says it like every single day. So it's a major problem. And if you can just come to that realization that you need to take control of your income and your time, and you have to be able to make an income without the need for a job or a boss. And again, it doesn't have to be what I do. It could be anything, but as long as you do something like that, where you can create your own income without having to be reliant on a job, you'll be okay. That's like the one message that I have for everybody. That's the purpose behind what I do. just because I think what I do is the most straightforward way to get there. But there are other ways. I mean, look, you could do Shopify, you could do Amazon. There's a million different things. It doesn't have to be what I do.
Yeah.
But you have to find something.
Opportunities right now are endless. It's
everywhere.
just like
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yep.
The biggest problem I have in life is like slowing down long enough to just like focus on one thing. I'm gonna
Right.
just do this one
A lot of people have that
thing,
problem.
because just like I could do that and that
Yeah.
and make
And
money at it.
Right. And what's crazy about it too is they all work.
Yes.
They all work. So like, don't like people say like, oh, Amazon is dead or Shopify. They all work. It's just a matter of how much you're willing to put into it and how much of that never quit attitude you have. Because it may take you like 2 years to get a good brand going on Amazon, but you will make a lot of money doing it if you stick with it. So, you know, it's not
And
like
having
choosing
a
one thing or
plan,
something. Yeah,
knowing,
right. Having a plan and sticking to it. Yep.
and knowing how to get the result that you want to get.
Sure.
You know,
Yep.
just running out there and trying everything is a recipe for a disaster.
Yeah, you don't want
And
to.
a lot of people do that, you know, because you were a low.
Oh yeah, the low ticket game. That's all they do. They try something for 2 days, they quit, they buy something else. So yeah, you have to have a plan. You have to stick to it, and that's why I always say, like, find something that maybe you don't love it, but you're not miserable at it either, and you're really good at it. I believe that everybody has something that they're really good at. Find out what that is for you and just beat it to death. I'm a good salesman. I mean, like, what am I going to do?
And modeling.
What's that?
And modeling.
And
find a
coach, right?
Get somebody that's been there before, do what they're doing, get the result.
Yep. Just follow the model. Just follow the path. It works every single time. And we do that every day too. Like I'm doing it right now, and you'd probably appreciate this. Our cat tower broke yesterday. So I'm like, we're not buying a new one because every time we buy them, they break. I'm building a cat tower. So what did I do? I went on YouTube and I was like, how to build a cat tower, found a video, and I'm just going to go to the store, buy some wood, build it. And we do it all the time. People say modeling is weird. Like, no, it's weird because of the way that you're thinking about it. We do it all the time, every single day. So just take that same principle and just apply it to your fitness or your health or your finance, whatever it is in life that you want to accomplish. There's someone that's been there before. Just find out what they're doing, do that, and it works.
Yep. We built a camper the same way.
Yeah.
I've never built anything in my life, but there's this guy, his name is Dave. He's Endgame over on YouTube. And he built a camper out of wood. Granted, he's a cabinet maker. So, I mean,
a little bit of an advantage.
Difference. And the learning curve was great. But we're really happy with the result that we got. And it was just, you know, we watched YouTube. We modeled somebody who'd been successful.
That's all you got to do. It seems simple, but it works.
It does.
Yep.
So, anything else you want to share with everybody?
I mean, look, I think the main message from me would be to understand that things like AI automation and outsourcing, they are real. They are coming for your job and your income. You have to find some sort of path to make your own way in life. It's your responsibility to do that. Don't depend on other people because they're not going to help you. And again, you know, I have a way to do it. There's other people that have other ways to do it. There's so many different ways. Understand that they all work. Find something that you think you can see yourself doing for a long period of time. Stick with that. Like we were talking about, model somebody else who's done it before. And then it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be something that happens right away, but it's not supposed to be. You have to go through those hard times to get where you want to go. And I will tell you this, when it comes to everything working, I do believe that is true, but I do believe that the hard time frame is different for each opportunity. Like some opportunities, that hard time is like a month. For some opportunities, that hard time is 5 years. So depending on what you want to do, look at that. Like how much struggle am I going to have to go through in order to get where I want to go? And kind of judge based off of that. And if you do that and you stick with it, you'll be okay. If you don't, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. And you have to be willing to, I think the Bible says, count the cost.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be willing to look at what it's going to take to get the result that you want and decide up front, am I committed to doing that?
Right. Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah. It's got to be that.
Well, thanks, Kenny. I really appreciate you taking your time out of your day. I know you're really busy getting ready for tomorrow, which is your favorite holiday,
April Fool's Day is the
April
greatest.
Fool's Day.
Everyone can act like a kid and have fun and just do crazy stuff. It's awesome.
Yep, yep.
And I'm totally like that too. People think I'm very serious. Like if you go on a coaching call with me, you'll think I'm like some psychopath. Like I am like the biggest kid at heart. I love having fun. I love doing crazy stuff. So I love my phone's going on.
And it comes
I love holidays like that. Hang on, my phone is going crazy here for some reason.
Yeah, no worries.
That's all right.
So do you want to let everybody know how they can get in touch with you if they want to learn more about what it is that you're doing?
Yeah, I would say the best way is just kennycannon.com is my website. You can also go to virtualclosingacademy.com. You can check out the video there and see if you like it, if it's something that you want to do. And again, the one thing that I'll tell you is this: whether you come to my website, go to vca.com, whatever it is, the message is always going to be the same. There are things out there. Your job is not safe, no matter what you do. You have to find something, whether it's a thing that I do or somebody else does. I don't really care, but find something that is going to make you independent of the system that is designed to make you fail. Stick with that thing and you will be okay. I've been doing this for 17 years. I've seen every offer on the planet. They all work. You just have to pick something that's right for you and you got to go out there and do it.
Well, thanks. And we will put those links below so you can get in touch with Kenny.
Awesome. No problem. Thanks, Jill.
Thank you, Kenny. Take care.
Thank you for tuning in to the U World Order Showcase program. We hope today's episode has inspired you to consider how you can leverage your unique skills and talents to be the change you want to see in the world. If you're ready to take the next step and turn your passion into a 5-figure part-time business, we invite you to schedule a private consult at heartlifecoach.com. During our Passion to Profit breakthrough session, we'll work together to identify your strengths, clarify your vision, and develop a tailored plan for achieving your goals. Don't settle for mediocrity or let fear hold you back from pursuing your dreams. With the right guidance and support, you can build a thriving business that brings you joy, financial freedom, and the opportunity to make a positive impact in the world. Head over to heartlifecoach.com today to schedule your Passion to Profit breakthrough session and take the first step towards creating the life you've always wanted. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on the U World Order Showcase program.